So the center field one for Finley was an E8. It wasn't caught. I thought it was caught.
I thought it went over his head, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Matt retained a batter and takes for a ball 1-0. So it's 2-0 Roxbury. The 1-0. It's in for a strike and it counts 1-1. They look in once more. Now the set. And the 1-1. It's a breaking ball low, and it counts 2-1. So, putting the hand in front of the eyes for a moment to wipe away some sweat was Valencia. Lets that left arm drape down, gets his sign. Chest high set, the 2-1. High with a fastball, count 3-0. Sometimes, maybe an off-speed pitch, 72 on that one. Tell you what, we talked about the flow underneath the hat of Chris Valencia. Nothing would match like the guys in the 70s with Mickey Rivers and the afros that they had going on then. Al Oliver. This lifted in the air. Right field's going to be trouble. Getting down and heading towards the wall. This will play to pair as into scores Ford. Following him up was the courtesy runner, number 12, Robbie Newmeyer. And it's now 4-0 Roxbury.
That was a nicely hit ball right off the bat. And I think the little bit of the wind helped carry that too.
No,
4-0 Roxbury.
So the double for Ratte, and now here's Bo Braun, the catcher, 8th batter of the inning. A glance back at second, first pitch. Line drive left field, gonna drop in for a base hit. Rounding third and on his way to the plate is Ratte. It's an RBI single for Braun, 5-0 in favor of the Gales.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 21, Matt Seminara.
Almost bat the entire lineup.
They have now. Matt Seminara will bat. Bukowski tried to make the diving stop, but fell just short. Did stop the ball from getting any further, because if that got by, it would have been a lot of bases.
Right.
First pitch inside corner for a strike, 0-1. $5-0 Roxbury as we play the home half of the first here at Skyland Stadium. The 0-1. Inside corner for a strike and a count 0-2.
As well, Bayonne, I see on the scoreboard over there, has 3 errors already, and they've only pitched 1 inning, which is a little...
Yeah, part of it might be this, playing in the bigger stadium. Most of these guys used to playing on high school fields. Snap throw over to first, but nothing doing. Some fans wanted the balk call. Hear the Woo Birds coming out. Say a decent crowd here. Tony Bello Memorial Classic here at Skyland Stadium. Here's the 0-2 coming in. Breaking ball fouled off. A defensive swing at that. The count stays 0-2. They got the T-shirts being sold down the first base line right by the tunnel to go out to the main gate. The table full of those white T-shirts. Set here, the 0-2 pitch coming. Lifted in the air to left field. Bukowski's going to go back under it. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. But 9 come to the plate for Bayonne in that first inning. They scored 5 times, 2 hits, 3 errors, and a man left. We go to the second, 5-0 Roxbury.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in New Jersey knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? New Jersey needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
We head to the second inning here at the Old Red Barn. 5-0 in favor of Roxbury. Brent Luther, Adriana Gallucci here to bring you the action in this one. By the way, there is a live chat feature here on MixLR if you wanted to participate. We will see those. Be nice.
Kindness is appreciated here.
Very much. As we get ready to start the second inning, and Tyler Johnson to lead off, Anthony Mancini and Robert Geisler to follow. First pitch is in for a strike to Johnson. The count 0-1. Yeah, we got a comment already. Great reporting. Good morning, you two. Great reporting.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Good morning to you two as well, BP Smart. Pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. This is all warm-up for me before the minors season starts on May 27th. Check swing went. Ball gets to the backstop, so it's going to be a strikeout, but the runner will advance to first base on a drop third strike. Johnson aboard.
Now batting, designated hitter number 16, Anthony Mancini.
This would be my son's walk-up song. I already know that. I guess it's the closest thing we can get to 10. So it's 16. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. Boy, oh boy, is. Sean and I have a good time. We're in mid-season form, I guess. A left-handed senior, Justin Finley, winds and deals. That's low for a ball, and the count's 1-1. Second strikeout, by the way, for Finley.
I think he's going to have a great outing today.
Oh, yeah. He'll be in good shape. Throw over to first. And back in time is Johnson, who then looks back at the pitcher like, wait, what? Set at the belt by Finley. Looks over at second. The 1-1 pitch coming. Foul, backing out of play.
On the
Roof
roof.
banger. I think I saw a couple of people on the Bayonne side kind of look back when they. It always happens when it's your first time here at the stadium. Anytime a ball hits the roof, you instinctively go, wait, what was that?
Right.
But as Sean says, unless you've been to Somerset, which is true. That's to the backstop. Wild pitch will move the runner aboard, up one base. Yeah, if you've been to Somerset, it's a similar thing. But Not many up here have been to Somerset, nor do I think many from the Bayonne fan club have been to Somerset. I'm going to bust Sean Bretherick's chops at some point. Not so much a chop bust. That's a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Finley. There's one away, I should say. Sean's a Met fan.
Ooh, yeah, so am I.
Now batting the catcher, number 20, Robert Geisler.
Robert Geisler steps to the plate. All right, so Sean's a Met fan, but he lives very close to Somerset, where the Patriots play, to TD Bank Ballpark. So how does he feel now that the Patriots have become a Yankees affiliate? And is he, as that's foul, back to the screen, 0-1. And is he going to have a soft spot for the Yankees? That was a quick. Well, that was a quick answer. Hey, at least I get to see the Binghamton Mets a lot.
Right.
Be even closer than when they visited Trenton. The 0-1 pitch up high in the count, 1-1. Here's a look in by Finley. Gets his sign, sets at the belt, a peek back at second. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Count 1-2. Runner at second base by in the form of Tyler Johnson with one out here in the top of the second. 5-0 Roxbury.
Already been an action-packed game.
Finley's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the inning, and now Finley has something that he could do something that hasn't been done too terribly often. 4 strikeouts in an inning.
Left fielder, number 1, Ricky Bukowski.
Ricky Bukowski, the one in his way. Sorry, it's Richie Bukowski, not Ricky. Richie. My bad. Chop foul. My H looked like a K, I guess, for a moment. And then I looked at him and I go, wait a second. That's not good.
Correction, the left fielder, number 1, Richie Bukowski.
There we go.
We have fun here. The 0-1 foul to the right and count 0-2. It's almost like you'd be playing that sound effect right now. It's become such that with foul balls, I don't even follow them too much anymore because I've been so used to sitting in this position for the last 5 years, going into my 6th. It's just I see a ball go foul, it's like I don't even bother looking anymore. 0-2's up and away, and count 1-2.
Back home, we have to be careful because we sit to the right of our home dugout. So if anything comes up and back, that's right where we are. So I always double check, and I'm like, oh, let's hope that doesn't hit me.
Here's the wind and the 1-2. Bounced in. Count now 2-2. It's not, 4 strikeouts in an inning has happened a little more often than I even thought. 2-2 pitch. Lifted foul. We'll do it again.
Roof? Yep.
Back roof. The first one to ever do it was Ed Crane of the New York Gothams back on October 4th, 1888.
Wow.
5th inning of that game. He struck out 4 in an inning.
Nice little baseball history.
That was in the National League. The American League wasn't even around yet. 2-2. Chopped to the left side. Fielded by the third baseman. Forward on across the first in time. We won't have 4 strikeouts in the inning here, but the side is retired without much further ado. So 3 strikeouts. Runner left on base. We head on off to the bottom of the second. 5-0 Roxbury.
My grandma always says that everyone counts, and everyone who was with us was special. Like my aunt, who took me on my first bus ride to the library, or my older cousin, who walked me to my first day of school. Even my mom's friend, who lives with us and brought her newborn baby home from the hospital. In our house, there's a lot of people to care for each other, and each one of them is special. My grandma, my cousin, and the baby who I have so much fun playing with. I love them all, and I'm so happy we all live together.
Every child needs to be counted on the 2020 census because the census makes every moment count by informing funding for schools, roads, healthcare, and more. So be sure all children in your home are counted on the 2020 census. It's your chance to help them for the next 10 years. You can respond online, by phone, or by mail. Shape your future. Start here. Learn more at 2020census.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Census Bureau.
Here at Skyline Stadium, bottom of the second, 5-0. By the way, they changed the... Yeah, no. Sean's like, no, wait, what? Changed the error initially. Finley reached out an error at E8. It's now been changed to a single. So, no effect to the earned runs or anything. Still a bunch of unearned runs at that. First pitch is low and away, 1-0. Colin Richter popped out to the catcher his first time up. That's swing and miss, and a count now, 1-1. Colin Richter, Justin Boslin, Justin Kerbensaid, the 3-2 up. This one hit right up the middle and through for a base hit.
We're back at the start of the lineup for Roxbury after they bat all 9 during the bottom of the first.
And a leadoff hitter aboard here. Justin Boslin, the batter, reached on an error and scored his first time up. He's 0 for 1. A look over at first base. A long glance at that. Now the first pitch stays up high and count 1-0. And again, the hat pops off of Chris Valencia.
I think it's either the hat needs to be tightened or maybe the hair needs to be cut a little bit. Maybe a mixture of both.
Yeah, I mean, these are fitted hats, I think, or at least somewhat fitted hats. They may be flex fits. The 1-0 is low, 2-0. I think Sean's talking about Alan Wiggins. I don't know. I'm going to declare shenanigans on Broderick in about a minute. Here's the set, and time is called to play. Five nothing Roxbury. Bottom half of the second. 2-0 the count. The pitch hits the batter. Boslin aboard.
So if you're following, 2 men on base, no outs.
Third baseman number 8, Justin Ford. First baseman number 14, Justin Kerbinside.
Sean's in preseason form too. This is Justin Kerbinside, the batter. He walked his first time up and scored. Does not have an official at-bat. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. 5-0 Roxbury. A long look in by Chris Valencia. set. A glance back at second base, the 0-1. Breaking ball. Nice pitch. And a count 0-2. 5 runs, 4 hits for Roxbury on their line score. 2 errors on the Bayonne side of things.
As well as no runs and no hits for Bayonne.
A glance back at second. Valencia looks back there again. The 0-2. Curveball stays high and it counts 1-2. Of course, to be expected when Jack Finley's on the mound. Justin Ford awaits on deck. Roxbury in the gold jerseys with black pants and navy trim. White pants, sorry. That's up high and it counts 2-2. Sean, thank you for the correction. That's definitely not black. That's the opposite of black. That's the abundance of color, not the void of color.
I do really like Bayonne's uniforms. I think they're sharp.
Yeah, they are good. Charcoal pants, the maroon jerseys with the white, and I believe they have the black trim across. Pitch is low, and everybody's going to take off. Wild pitch, runners advance. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kerbensaid, and 2 in scoring position.
With no men out.
Yes. I don't know. Sean and I have conversations often, including during minor season. Infield drawn in now. Payoff pitch. Missed inside, ball 4. The bases are loaded. And Justin Ford with an opportunity to do some damage here. Not before time is called. David Hoffman is the head coach of Bayonne. And first career outing, and it's turned into a struggle right now for Chris Valencia.
I think there's just a lot of pressure playing in this ballpark. It's your first career start, and you're only a sophomore. That's a lot of pressure.
It's a very good point. You know, it's some people get all juiced up to play in a ballpark. Sometimes a little bit too juiced up. Might be the case here. Sometimes just the nerves of playing in a this is a 4,200 seat stadium with some other stuff, and you got a video board and a scoreboard out there with your school's name on it, and you know, you see the advertisements, and there's actual dugouts, and sometimes the moment might get to a player.
There's just a lot happening.
Imagine what later tonight would have been like if there was a game under the lights.
Ugh.
That would have been fun.
Would have been awesome.
So now Justin Ford reached out an error and scored his first time up. Outside for a ball. He actually hit it right back to the pitcher, Valencia, but when he went to turn 2, the throw went into center field. And it's pretty much what opened up the floodgates in that inning. Looking out the set by Valencia. 1-0. High pop fly foul to the right now to play. And it counts 0-2, and I should have turned this off before. I guess not. No balls. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. 5-0 Roxbury. Swing and a miss. Good fastball low and away, and count 1-2. I guess if all the old stadiums were still up from back in the day, Bayonne would have been playing some games at the old Roosevelt Stadium, which would have actually probably been bigger than this. So that might have added some nerves with those ballparks and calmed them coming here. 1-2 lifted, foul ground, right side. Will it stay in the yard? It will, but not able to catch up to it was Johnson, the first baseman. And the count stays 1-2. Not that I would argue with Johnson pulling up with a cement wall and metal bars approaching.
Right. That seems like an accident waiting to happen if you dive into that too fast.
I mean, the pro players will just do it. They'll
Right.
just go all out. But, high school kids, most high school kids, I can understand pulling up and be like, I'll live to fight another day. This is the Tony Bello Memorial Classic. We were scheduled to play 3, but then COVID got in the way of one of those games, or at least protocols of COVID. And so we're playing 2 today. Bayonne Roxbury leading things off here. A 1-2 line in the left center field. Base hit getting down. In to score Richter. Boslin will follow him. The ball's all the way to the warning track, so that's got the green light for Kerbensaid. He'll score without a throw. It's a triple for Justin Ford. 8-0 Roxbury.
That was just a beautifully hit ball. There was just a gap there, and I don't think any of those 2 men in the outfield would have been able to get that.
Oh, no. And with the way, unless you got mega range in the outfield, you're not even going to be able to cut that down. And if you're playing it shallow enough, that could, and you expect to in a high school game, that could easily turn into a triple, which it did there. Infield drawn in for Jack Finley, who singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Infield back a little bit on the right side, but in on the grass on the left. See, now this is where Sean and I get the midseason for him, because Sean can see down there. Brandon Coburn, number 24, is up in the bullpen for Bayonne. A right-hander. Valencia looks in for a sign. Now he's got it. Here's the set. 2-0 pitch. Chopped foul at the plate. The count 2-1. 8-0 Roxbury here in the bottom of the second inning.
Still have no outs.
Still. That's in the dirt and gets away. I think it's 15 after 4. Yeah. We're talking about what the mercy rule is in high school. I think it's 15 after 4 or 10 after 5. I know it's 10 after 5. That one I do know.
Yeah, that's right.
There's set. 3-1 pitch. Fly ball center field, now slicing. After this, Mitchell won't get there. It's going to drop and roll to the wall. A jog home for Justin Ford. A double for Jack Finley. It's now 9-0.
Designated hitter, number 9, Jamie Hawley.
And that right there, Adriana, was a fastball. It was just left up.
This might be a very fast high school baseball game.
Might be. So, another reason why we want you to hop on the play-by-play for the third inning. Get you some action in there as well.
Awesome. I'm up for it.
Adriana's ready. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1 to Jamie Hawley. Hawley had a sacrifice fly his first time up, so the RBI without the at-bat. Now the set. A look back and the 0-1. That's low for a ball. The count now 1-1.
Finley had a pretty large lead coming off of second. You see Hawley kind of signal him back to second.
Secondary lead on second could be rather large, especially if nobody's covering the bag. Somebody's going to go cover now and fake it at least. The 1-1. Hit hard and under the glove of the third baseman, Jimenez, and into left field for a base hit. Moving on up to third is, I believe that's the courtesy runner, Newmeyer now.
So I correct myself before. That wasn't Finlay on second, now on third. That was
Robbie Newmeyer, number 12.
Robbie Newmeyer.
It usually happens with the pitcher and the catcher. They'll do the courtesy runners so they can get back in there. Pitcher's case, rest up. Catcher's case, get his gear back on.
Put all that stuff back on.
First pitch, outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Somehow it counts 1 and 2. There we go. 9-0 Roxbury, home half of the second. Here's the 0-1. Well, Bister foul, and the count is 0-2. Of course, we do have a second game coming up later. Del Barton and Milburn here at the Old Red Barn. Now start at 2 p.m. Couple teams that made elimination round runs in the Last Dance last year. 0-2. Fisted to the right side, base hit. Inside out, swing's going to score a run. It's 10-0. Heading on over to second with a double is Rattay.
It is now 10-0 Roxbury. Bottom half of the second.
5 runs in each inning.
You're talking about DeBarton playing in the next game. Obviously, from being with Pope John, I get to see DeBarton in action quite a bit, and their baseball team is full of fighters. They had an amazing lineup, obviously, 2019. Anthony Volpe now with the Yankees. Jack Leiter making headlines at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
We got a pitching change coming on, so we'll step away for a moment. Day is done for Chris Valencia. It's 10-0 Roxbury. Hey Miners motorcycle enthusiasts, our sponsor, Pompton Sports Center, is your one-stop motorcycle superstore featuring the best selection of power sport vehicles and accessories in the industry from Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha. Known for their huge and well-stocked parts and accessories department, Pompton Sports Center carries the latest gear and accessories. Easy to get to from anywhere in the tri-state area, they are located on Route 23 in Pompton Plains. That's Pompton Sports Center, your motorcycle superstore.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Here at Skyland Stadium, new pitcher comes on for Bayonne, and it's the number 24 of Brandon Coburn. Right-handed pitcher. Coburn on the season pitching-wise, he's only pitched 1 inning. And that was against Memorial in a 6-4 win. 1 inning, no hits, 2 runs, 1 of those earned. He walked 4, struck out 1. So while opponents don't have a batting average against him, his ERA is at 9. And he'll come on here to pitch. We'll get the microphone going again of Adriana Gallucci, who's joining me here today. I'm Brett Luthner. Glad you can join us here at the Old Red Barn. 10-0 Roxbury. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Here's the wind and the 0-1. Swing, tipped into the glove, 0-2. Valencia is still responsible for the 2 runners on base. See if Coburn can work out of this jam. That's off the plate and the count 1-2. A look in here by Brandon Coburn. He'll set, and the junior delivers a 1-2. High, and count 2-2. I'm always trying to look to see where the scouts are.
That I always get excited when scouts are here. I know they're not here for me, certainly, but it's always nice. I like when they come in their MLB gear too. I'm like, ooh, look at that.
2-2 pitch hit to third. That'll score a run. Fielded by Jimenez. Fires on across the diamond. In time for the out. Moving on to third is Rattay. 11-0 Roxbury. So the first out of the inning recorded. It did score a run, so 11-0 now to score. First pitch nubbed out towards second. This will score a run as well. Actually, the first baseman's going to field. Johnson throws on to first. 3-1 on the putout. Scoring is Rattay. It's now 12-0. And the 10th batter of the inning, Colin Richter, will bat for the 3rd time just in the 2nd inning now. Led off the game with a pop out, then led off this 2nd inning with a single and scored a run.
I mean, you're certainly getting your hacks in, so.
Oh, yeah.
You're working hard.
First pitch is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
I think what's fascinating too about baseball is when you get hitters that can work around foul balls and that can work around the strike zone. If you keep fouling off, you're not only saving chances for yourself, but you're wearing down the pitcher.
Right. Making him use up those pitches. That's in for a strike, 1-1.
You know, pitch count was taken very seriously in high school baseball.
Yeah. Final line, by the way, on Chris Valencia. An inning plus as that pitch stays high, 2-1. Just pitched 1 inning, got plenty of batters in the second. 8 hits, 12 runs. 7 of them earned. He walked 2, did not strike out a batter. Now the bases are empty with 2 men down. The 2-1. Fouled off the plate. The count's 2-2.
Unfortunately, it was just not Valencia's day, and I think what we said about playing in this ballpark, playing in this sort of special classic, you know, being at the stadium with the Jumbotron and the music, it does add a lot of pressure onto people, especially underclassmen.
Yeah, it's a very good point that time is called. And there are some that'll just embrace the moment and be like, all right, this is cool, and just really do well. We've seen that before. There are some that they're just impervious to it. Jack Finley. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Brandon Coburn. It retires the side, but not before more major damage has been done in this one. 7 runs come across the plate in that 2nd inning on 5 hits. We head on to the third. It's 12-0 Roxbury.
Runners, to your mark. Set.
Some may see a sprinter. At the NFHS, we see a future leader already off to the races. Some may see a volleyball player. At the NFHS, we see a spike in confidence that will help her achieve her potential. What else do we see? Musicians learning to march to their own beat. We're the NFHS, the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and activities in America, helping today's teenagers develop the skills they need to become tomorrow's leaders. And we see it happening in communities across New Jersey every single day. Learn more about the NFHS commitment to youth at nfhs.org. This message presented by the NFHS, the National Federation of State High School Associations.
12-0 Roxbury as we go to the top of the third. Ian Malone, Quincy Mitchell, and Randy Leonardo due up. Family and friends might be excited for this one. To take over the play-by-play duties, Adriana Gallucci. Go right ahead.
Hi, everyone. Jack Finlay still pitching. Batting for Bayonne, number 8, Ian Malone, out in right field. And we're going to wait for the first pitch. That's inside for a strike. Count 1-0.
Good pitch again by Finley, who's just dealing here.
That's inside for a ball. Count even at 1. Something Finlay does, which I saw was the difference between him and Valencia, is Valencia really took his time after he pitched, and Finlay's just going pitch after pitch. As that one hits the inside corner for a strike.
Finley's in a groove. It's just, give me the ball, give me the sign, let's go.
I always admire pitchers who can deal like that. And swing and a miss goes down. Finlay's got a strikeout.
5th strikeout for Finley, and he is just, it's cruise control right now.
Center fielder number 0, Quincy
Through a bunch of fastball, and then comes with the off-speed low and away, and out in front was Malone.
Up now for Bayonne, the center fielder, number 0, Quincy Mitchell. Number 0. That's...
Yeah, I don't see that too. Al Oliver, there goes an old-timer again. You don't see 0 too often.
It's called strike.
Finley throws he throws in the 90s with his fastball, and then he snaps off a 74-mile-an-hour breaking ball. It's just like unfair.
Swung at, strike 2.
89 that time, because the radar gun here is a couple miles an hour slower than it actually is, because it's all the way back here in the box. So.
And what do we call that? Is that strikeout?
He had Mitchell corkscrewed on that one. It was just he went breaking ball for strike 1, fastball for strike 2, and then snapped off a slider at 80 miles an hour, and Mitchell had no prayer.
Up for Bayonne, the shortstop, number 11, Randy Leonardo. And swung at, strike 1. That one hit 86.
In his last start against Morristown, 6 1/3 innings pitch, 100 pitches.
Oh.
He walked 1 and struck out 17.
My goodness. That's low. Count even at 1.
Mind you, there's 21 outs to a game. He only had 19 outs. 17 of the 19 outs were strikeouts.
Ridiculous. And that's high. 2-1.
Oh, there's scouts behind home plate here. You can see him taking down the notes. I see
there
at least
go.
4.
Tipped it off. Count even at 2.
I mean, these are pro scouts. Now, well, if it was college, it would be recruiters, but. as Sean has now pointed out, he's committed to play at Notre Dame, but these guys are in here studying every pitch.
And that's popped a mile in the air. Let's see what happens. Dropped. So
He'll stay at 2-2 as the pop up on that right side, and unable to get to it was Braun. One thing here at Skyline Stadium is you get it up a little bit in the wind, because the hill out in center field only goes so high. You'll start to get some swirling winds when you get a little bit elevated here. And so that one, that swirled up a bit and gave all sorts of problems.
we're waiting the pitch. Strike three. Finlay makes himself out of an inning. It is 12-0 Roxbury heading to the bottom of the third.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Let's see, we got some defensive changes here.
Defensively, in center field is number 2, Justin Hoffman. In left field, number 27, Josh Bermudez. And in right field, number 33, Andrew Johnson.
Well, there we go. Andrew Johnson now takes over in right field. The center fielder is now Justin Hoffman, number 2. And
Second and third base is number 2, Justin Hoffman.
okay, never mind.
Now batting, shortstop number 20, Justin Boslin.
Well, Justin Boslin up for Roxbury as they look to lead off this inning.
Pretty sure it's 1 is 7 out there. If it's not 2, it's 7.
And that passes for a ball.
So we will see who's in center field, but Hoffman's at third now.
I'm pretty sure it's Sergio Moya, because it's not 2, it's got to be 7. The only other one I can think of.
Way inside, ball 2. As we're just trying to figure out up here who is now playing defensively for Bayonne, as I have completely made a mess of my fielding chart. Just make a new one.
This happens sometimes. I've had unmitigated disasters on my end.
Slow ball 3.
Boslin's reached on an error and been hit by a pitch. 0 for 1, scored 2 runs.
And just the pitch. Up and away. Or up and inside, I should say. Ball 4.
Now batting the first baseman, number 14, Justin Kerbinsade.
This is not Curvin Sade. This is.
Yes, this is.
It is?
It is.
He's now pinch hitting.
There we
For
go.
Roxbury, number 29, Nick Hascup.
Nick Hascup pinch hitting for Roxbury. It's number 29. Low ball 1.
So Kerbinsade walked twice, scored twice. he exits the game, at least for the time.
Low again, ball 2.
Roxbury, of course, plays in a very competitive division in the NJAC American. I mean, you're talking Pope John, Del Barton, Morristown, Randolph, Montville, and Chatham, all in that division.
That's low, ball 3. Something that's really interesting about high school baseball is that when they do the leagues, they mix public and non-public schools together. And I think to be a public school and to play with private schools, you have to be very, very talented. And Roxbury, from what we've seen so far,
very, very talented.
As Hascup walks, 2 men on. Here comes the third baseman, Justin Ford.
Third baseman number 8, Justin Ford.
Well, sometimes high school games can be short by innings but long by time, and you might be seeing a situation of such right here.
Right.
Is when the pitchers are struggling to throw strikes, that lengthens the game. And it's not like that the home plate umpire is squeezing the plate. I think Brian D. Domenico's had a very good plate today.
As that ball's away for ball 1.
But you got at some point you got to be in the neighborhood, and it's become a trouble. It's become a little bit of a chore right now.
Waiting the pitch from Coburn. As that's away, ball 2. Something my family says to me all the time is, my family, we are lacrosse people.
Okay.
I am not. Lacrosse is a very fast-paced game. It has timed quarters, whereas baseball obviously does not. And they're always like, H, it's like watching paint dry. I don't think so. I enjoy being out here. As his pitch is swung at and missed. Count 2-1 for Coburn.
There's a lot of nuance in the game of baseball. There's a fine appreciation for it. I did a lacrosse game yesterday, actually, but 2 totally different things. But I get...
Ooh.
Almost got him.
3-1.
But I, like some people find soccer boring. And I'm like, no. You study it a little bit, learn it, and you'll understand. There's a lot going on.
As that's down, ball 4. Bases now loaded. Here comes the pitcher, Jack Finlay, who's been having a day, both at the plate and on the mound.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jack Finlay.
The base has been walked loaded, and this guy, he's 2 for 2 with a single and a double and an RBI, a pair of runs scored. And, oh, by the way, pitching, he's struck out 7 through the first 3 innings.
As that pitch is called for a strike.
He just decided he was going to spit on that pitch, just let it go. He was looking for it in a certain zone. And if it wasn't going to go there, just let it go by.
That one's down. Count even at 1 now. I know we were talking about before Finlay's 17 strikeout game. I mean, that's still in the back of my mind. I'm still trying to comprehend.
It's just mind-blowing how talented he is.
That's down. 2 balls, 1 strike, none out. As we wait the pitch from Coburn.
Mind you, in his sophomore year of 2018-19, he had a total of 44 strikeouts in 37 innings pitched.
Count even at 2 after his swing and a miss.
So he's that 17's a career high for him. Well, gee, no, no kidding. He's on his way to touching that mark again today.
That's called ball. We're at a full count now with bases loaded.
Just missed high that time.
Three-two pitch from Coburn on the way. That's called a strike.
No, Finley doesn't put up much of an argument on that. He tried to jackknife out to get it, and his coach is going to be just asking, hey, where was that? But that nipped the inside corner. And again, it's been a...
Now batting, the left fielder, number 7, Nick Morales.
So now Morales, the left fielder, comes up to bat. This is first at bat. Jamie Hawley was hitting for him while he was out in left. He enters the game as a batter. As this pitch is called strike.
I'll tell you what, Coburn showing some battle here.
Definitely putting up a fight.
I mean, as a pitcher, you get yourself into a little bit of a bind.
As that's low for a ball.
As I was going to say, you get yourself into a little bit of a bind here. He's loaded the bases via walks, but to get Finley, that's your burst out, starting to work yourself out of the mess that you created, but showing some moxie here right now.
It's called strike. 1-2 count with one out. I think being a pitcher, pitchers and hitters both have very different mindsets. When you're pitching, you have more of a job to do. I feel like pitchers often get blamed most of the time, even for mistakes that are not entirely their fault. I feel like pitching, as I said before, pitching is an art. Tim Colthurst enters the game, number 11.
Now batting, number 11, Tim Colthurst.
Third strikeout, by the way. Back-to-back strikeouts here.
It's called strike.
It's like he struck out the D1 athlete. Now he's like, oh, I can do this.
I tell you what, I mean, you're talking, this is a really good, you can get this. That's an excellent showing there.
Down. Count even at 1. You see Colthurst kind of jump there. Avoid getting hit.
Fastball that ran in a bit.
As we wait the pitch from Coburn. Swung at and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Brandon Coburn.
Whew. That was a fastball that just kept running up and away. It's almost like if this was a softball game, it would look like a rise ball.
Fouled back toward the Roxbury dugout.
That was one that Colthurst was fooled on. He was expecting some hard stuff and instead got the curveball, and just to defend the strike zone, fouled it off. He was able to get a handle of the bat, I should say, on it.
Fouled back into the Roxbury dugout. Caught barehanded by Jack Finlay. Impressive.
He's like, yeah, that's coming my way. We can do this.
Awaiting the 1-2 pitch. That's away. Count even at 2. with 2 outs.
Deuces wild, as I like to call this, and just that fastball. It was a similar one to a couple pitches ago, but it just ran up and away a little bit too much. And this time around, Colthurst was wise to lay off.
Down and in. Count even. No, count's not even. Count is full.
Bo Braun awaits on deck.
Waiting the full count pitch from Coburn. Swung at and fouled back.
I think they got the catcher in the shoulder pad there. Or might got the umpire, either one. They got him in some chest protector, just ricocheted up near the top of the netting.
Gotta be lucky you're wearing some kind of protection when ball comes right at you. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fouled back.
There's a battle.
What I said before about having these hitters work the strike zone, working on foul balls, anything to get the pitch count up of the opposing pitcher.
Right.
And Colthurst is doing a really nice job of that right here.
But Coburn, he's battling too, just trying to get himself out of this mess. Runners go.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Colthurst. No runs scored for Roxbury this inning as we move into the top of the 4th. 12-0 Roxbury.
That was an excellent job too by Coburn.
U.S. News and World Report recently said that 30% of college freshmen will drop out. I'm part of that statistic. My name is Valerie. When I left home, I focused more on social life than my studies. It reflected in my grades. The next year, I enrolled at Sussex County Community College, and now I wish I had started here. Staying at home while attending SCCC was a great transition into college life. As I received my associate's degree, my parents and I are confident that I am now ready to continue my education at a 4-year school.
Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Back at it for the 4th inning. 12-0. How'd the inning feel, Adriana?
That was pretty good. I was excited. I was driving over here. I was like, let's go. I'm hyped.
Let's go.
Up comes TJ Wolf batting for Bayonne. All the Raider guns out right now. Pitch called a ball. Finlay having himself quite a day. He's been very impressive. As that's fouled into the stands on the first baseline.
Justin Hoffman's in the on-deck circle. Batting next, probably.
So now count even at 1.
They fetch. Oh, ball was loose out in the outfield. That's why. That's why the delay. Anthony Elliman will take a look at the baseball. See if he can work out any kind of scuff in there.
That pitch is called a ball. Count 2-1 for Finlay.
So I think Finley might be getting a little bit of a smaller strike zone, but doesn't bother him in the least bit. That was a ball.
3-1.
I'm just seeing, as he's ready to pitch, we see a whole bunch of guys lift radar guns.
Right. It's called strike, full count.
Nipped that outside corner.
Let's see, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting 4 or 5 radar guns just from the ones that I can see.
Yeah.
As that pitch is foul back. Count these.
Also seeing a couple of video cameras down low to focus on him and document that.
Pitch is called, and it's a walk. TJ Wolf on base for Bayonne. Now up number 2, Justin Hoffman.
Now batting, number 2, Justin Hoffman.
Hoffman came on to play third base. For Santiago Jimenez.
That's in and called a ball. And awaiting the 1-0 pitch from Finley. That's strike.
Nice fastball in the inside corner. Like you're behind 1-0. You just walked a guy, and you just like, fine. Let's go fastball inside corner, paint it, and leave everybody frozen.
And that's down for a ball. Do we know how many batters has Finley walked so far in this game?
One. That was the first one.
Huh. He's been having himself a day.
The walk and then the drop third strike in the second inning. That's the only 2 base runners that have been on base today.
That pitch called for a ball. Count 3-1. No men out.
Second time he's gotten into a 3-1 count against the batter here.
We are now waiting. 3-1 pitch. That swung at and missed. Full count.
He's been playing fastball in, pitches in, and all of a sudden he ran a fastball away and took a couple of miles off of it, and it completely had Hoffman out in front.
That pitch inside. Finlay walks Hoffman. 2 men on, no outs. Up for Bayonne, the first baseman, number 13, Tyler Johnson. And here comes the Roxbury coach to the mound. Gonna have a quick talk with Finlay.
Yeah, I think it's just a, simplify a thing or so and quickly head back.
Yeah, when I said quick talk, I meant quick.
It was just a get out there. He pointed out something, gestured towards the plate, and then ran back. I don't think it was something as mocking as, hey, there's home plate, throw it there. I don't think it was that. Now, professional level maybe, but I think it was more along the lines of maybe he just stepped somewhere to show, because now Finley's on the first base side of the rubber.
Ground to shortstop, 1 out, and they're going to count Johnson safe at first base. Shortstop Justin Boslin able to make the throw to first. 1 out for Bayonne.
Number 16, Anthony
Oh, got the double play ball, but the transfer from Boslin to Seminara got there a little bit slow, and then Seminara's throw over to first. He stepped off and tried to put some mustard on it and just came up short. So But that's what you want to see. If you're a scout, you want to see, it's like, all right, fine. Can this guy induce the ground ball? Can this guy get me 2 outs in that situation? At least he made the pitch to do so.
As Anthony Mancini steps up to the plate. Nice pitch in for a strike. So Bayonne has men at the corners with 1 out.
Josh Bermudez has got catcher's gear on, and he's in the on-deck circle.
As that foul ball goes mile in the air back this way. Two strikes for Mancini. Low pitch. Ball gets away in the dirt. Braun able to recover it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As I said before, Finlay is a fast pitcher who does not take his time in between pitches, and this is something that's really been demonstrated in these last 2 innings. That's called ball. Count now even at 2.
Just went around the plate, that.
Into left field. 1 runner will score. Bayonne now on the board.
First hit for Bayonne, and it scores the first run of the game. It's a line shot in the left center field, and Morales unable to get there.
Number 27, Josh Bermudez, up at the plate. Now that Bayonne now on the board. That's called a strike.
Michael Pellegrino in the on-deck circle, number 28.
That gets away. Count now even at 1.
So that might have been Pellegrino in left field, not Bermudez, or maybe it was Bermudez the inning before. Now Pellegrino's going to go out there. Who knows? As time's called.
Yeah, we don't really have the best angle into, well, I shouldn't say that. We can see the entire ballpark. It's just hard to see who is in the outfield, I should say.
It's maroon or black letters outlined in white on a maroon jersey. It's also a little difficult.
That gets down for a strike. Count now 1-2 for Josh Bermudez.
These guys, they have one guy charting the pitches and everything, and another guy doing up the radar gun.
Down and...
Wow.
Impressive play at third. They count the runners safe.
Yes. Hey, what happened was the throw was down to third, and the throw beat the runner there, the runner being Tyler Johnson. But the third baseman Ford was kind of fading away from the bag, and so he went down to put the tag down. Johnson sort of stuck his heel in the dirt. That caused him to pop up a little bit, and the fading Ford couldn't put the tag down, and Johnson stepped in safely.
Ooh, hits him on the helmet.
He tried to duck out of the way, but couldn't do so. Never mind. something. They're saying he ducked into the strike zone.
That's a tough play to call.
Now batting number 28, Michael Pellegrino.
Here comes number 28, Michael Pellegrino.
That's a 2-1 assisted, by the way, if you want to call that.
Okay.
How you would score it. RBI. However you want.
So, 2 unassisted in the scorebook. And the runner's going to go back to first, Mancini.
Here
Now,
comes Pellegrino.
It's just, yeah.
He looked because he ducked, his head was over the plate. When he ducked, his head went over the plate.
That play reminded me a lot of Michael Conforto's infamous elbow
And
walk-off.
And it's a very good point. I think that's why umpires, as that's in first strike, I think that's why umpires are so more sensitive now to when guys move their bodies with the pitches and whatnot. And I've seen that a couple of times now since then, where they've at different levels of baseball where they've called the batter out.
That's called ball. Count now even at 1. That particular Conforto call was controversial in itself, that it was the walk-off to a game, but I think it did open a new door for umpires to say, as time is called for Braun to go talk to Finlay, it opened a door for umpires to really look at how the player manipulates the strike zone. And when you're putting yourself at risk, whether it be your head, your elbow, your shoulder, whatever it is, umpires need to take that into account. So I think that play did open up a lot of talk, even though it was controversial.
Well, Conforto in his play, you could see him lunge the elbow out to the plate as that bends in for a strike. So it was one of those, when you look at it on in real time, you're like, oh, he got hit on the elbow by a pitch, but in slow motion, it was a different story.
Swung at a missed. And that's going to do it for top of the 4th inning. Bayonne gets 1 run. Game now 12-1, Roxbury in lead.
Hey Miners motorcycle enthusiasts! Our sponsor, Pompton Sports Center, is your one-stop motorcycle superstore featuring the best selection of power sport vehicles and accessories in the industry from Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha. So whether you're looking for an ATV, RUV, sport bike, cruiser, scooter, on or off-road bike, or motocross, they have you covered. Easy to get to from anywhere in the tri-state area. They are located on Route 23 in Pompton Plains.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
That's weird what's going on there. I think I know why, though. Let's turn that down a bit. All right. I think we should be good now. Getting some feedback there a moment ago.
I did hear that.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
All good.
She'll get her hearing back eventually.
I'm young. I got time.
Yeah.
Brandon Coburn back on the mound for Bayonne. Bayonne got their first hit as well as first run back in the 4th inning. We are now in the bottom of the 4th. Coming up for Roxbury is number 32, the catcher, Bo Braun.
Sean Broderick, who's in right field? Sean Broderick, who's in right field?
We need a pair of binoculars up here.
Yeah, I left mine at home.
Didn't think to bring mine.
Totally forgot him. I think Johnston's still in right field.
swung at and missed by Braun.
So Michael Pellegrino stays in the game. He's in left field. Isaiah Phillips, number 5, is in center field. The right fielder is still Andrew Johnston, number 33.
As that's up and away. Count now even at 1. Yeah, there were a lot of changes that just happened very fast.
Mm-hmm. Over at third base is Justin Hoffman. We'll give you more in a moment.
Fouled back. 1-2.
Bermudez has gone behind home plate. Josh Bermudez, number 27. He played outfield for an inning. Now comes in to catch. Over at second base is Jeremy Baez, number 14. Over at first base is the number 10 of Mateo Capurso.
That's down and away. Ball 2.
Some dark gray clouds ahead of us in center field, but above us, sunlight bathing the field right now.
It was a really nice day out for baseball. I woke up and I was like, it feels like baseball weather.
Mm-hmm. Not like yesterday.
Oh, no. It was cold. As that pitch fouled down third base line, first base line. Apologies.
And rattle around in section BB. After going into section 2, it rattled down to BB, and they'll settle down in there.
And that gets away. Full count, 3-2.
I don't think Coburn wants to get into trouble again in this half inning.
No, I would presume not. And that's ball 4. Bo Braun is on base.
4th walk issued by Coburn.
Here comes number 21 up to the plate for the Roxbury Gales, the second baseman, Matt Seminara.
Seminara is 0 for 2, but does have an RBI.
And that's down for ball 1.
Remarkably, Seminara, the only batter for the only batting spot, this 9 spot, that has not been on base yet. Jamie Hawley struck out in his at-bat. Tim Coulter struck out in his at-bat. Robbie Newmeyer is a courtesy runner, so, nothing there. But everybody else has been on base.
That pitch is low. Ball 2, no strikes, no outs. Brandon Coburn had to battle last inning. Walked his first 3 batters, struck out the next 3. As that pitch is swung at, strike 1.
It's a good pitch down in the zone, and it gave all sorts of problems for Seminara to catch up to.
And awaiting the 2-1 pitch from Coburn. And that's ball 3.
He overthrew that pitch, spiked it as the proverbial 57-footer. The guy in the Atlantic League this year, they're moving the pitcher's mound back a foot. So
and that's in the zone, strike 2, count now full.
So instead of 60 feet 6 inches, it's going to be 61 feet 6 inches. And to be honest with you, a foot isn't going to mess with their mechanics.
No. As that gets away. Seminara now on base.
I shouldn't say that, actually. A foot's going to mess with their mechanics enough because you have to change your release point to throw strikes. You can't have that same release point that you're used to at 60 feet 6 inches.
Agreed. Here comes number 2, Colin Ricker.
Richter is 1 for 3.
That's down the first base line. He will be out at first. Runners advanced. Roxbury now has runners on second and third. Here comes number 12, Robbie Newmeyer.
Good play by Caperso, ranging to his right, makes that grab, and then, calmly looks up, sees Coburn doing what he should be doing, his job, when covering the bag, and nice underhand toss. And when pitcher and first baseman are on the same page like that, it makes it look like an easy play. Another person in a Roxbury Gales. They got some Gales T-shirts around here.
There are a lot, as that pitch is called strike.
I see a Pittsburgh Pirates Willie Stargell jersey down there. So he was rocking the Pops.
That pitch goes back. No runners advance. Count even at 1.
That would have been a pass ball if the runners had advanced, but nobody was going. I think I hear Tim Barker in the house now. Our press box crew slowly coming back together.
Pitches away. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
I heard my name somewhere, so I'm just waving hi to anybody.
In the zone, strike 2. Count out even at 2.
That reminds me, I got to look at when Father's Day is.
Ooh, I want to say second or third weekend in June.
June 20th is Father's Day. Okay, that's part 1 to everything. Part 2, I can unplug this. This is fully charged. Yay.
Here comes 2-2 pitch. And that's down 4, ball 3.
I tell you what, that was a very nice pitch. It just missed low, but that's a really good idea by Coburn and called by Bermudez to go to that on 2-2. I really like that idea. Get to see if the batter will chase it.
Now it's a full count. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded for Roxbury. And here comes number 29, Nick Hascup.
Second time he's walked the bases loaded.
Last inning he was able to get out of it. We'll see about this inning. That's in 4, strike 1.
Okay. So we say June 20th. We're on the road for it then.
Oh.
First time we're up in Tri-City for it. First time we won't be able to do it here at Skyline Stadium.
That pitch is down. Count even at 1.
Every year on Father's Day, if we had a home game on Father's Day, I would tell the interns to bring your dads in, and if I had broadcast interns, they'd get a couple innings on the air with them and their fathers.
Aw. That pitch is fouled back.
Roof
On the roof.
staying over. Not enough of an angle for it to hit the roof and come back down. But yeah, this year we are in Tri-City, Troy, New York. 5 p.m. start there. The third game of a 5-game series, of which Monday's an off day. So the team might come home after that game on Father's Day and then go back up on Tuesday who knows what after that.
And that's called a strikeout.
Good pitch.
Coburn now working himself to 2 outs. Here comes number 8, Justin Ford.
It doesn't do good for the stress levels of a coach when you walk the bases loaded in back-to-back innings and then try to make your way out of it.
That's high for ball 1. Father's Day for the past few years, I've been fortunate enough to spend with my dad, my uncles, and my grandparents. We get to run a lacrosse tournament together, definitely a family affair, and I'm fortunate to be able to spend that holiday with them. As that's popped a mile in the air. Not far enough to hit the roof. Does bounce off one of the chairs, though.
Concourse, concrete there, and then ricochets up. By the way, Justin Boslin not in the game. I don't know who's on first base. The number 12, that being
Robbie Newmeyer.
Robbie Newmeyer stays in the game. He's in now, so he's probably going to stay in the game.
That's close to the batter for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for Brandon Coburn.
So I'm guessing Newmeyer stays in the game and plays shortstop, and that'll make the courtesy runner Boslin if need be.
Balls down, 3 balls, 1 strike.
I'm guessing.
Waiting the 3-1 pitch. Down the third baseline. 1 runner is going to score.
Unlucky. That thing hit the lip of the grass and stayed down. And
Now
we've got a new pitcher.
13-1.
We've got a new batter, I should say.
Now batting, number 16, Elliot Trujillo.
Number 16, Elliot Trujillo. Up for Roxbury. Now
Trujillo. Yes.
Roxbury with the 12-point lead.
So Jack Finley's day is done. I think to the relief of the Bayonne team.
That's in for a strike.
And we'll just see who comes in to pitch.
Sent to center field. That's going to do it for bottom of the 4th inning. Roxbury gains a point, 13-1 Roxbury into the top of the 5th.
Hey, sweetie, what did you learn in school today? I learned that the 2020 census counts everyone in the U.S. Where there are more people, there are more needs for things like roads, schools, and hospitals. I learned that billions in funding goes to communities like ours because of the census. Hundreds of billions. I learned that the Census Bureau collects data about communities in all states and territories of the U.S.
The Statistics in Schools program teaches preschool to high school students about the importance of a complete count in the 2020 census. A complete count informs federal funding for our communities for the next decade. When newborn babies and children are not counted, support for programs such as health insurance, hospitals, childcare, food assistance, schools, and early childhood development is impacted. Statistics in Schools offers free educational materials powered by census data. Shape your future. Start here. Get 2020 census resources at census.gov/schools.
Paid for by the U.S. Census Bureau.
We're back here at Skyland Stadium, top of the 5th, 13-1, Roxbury. Adriana got a couple of innings in there, so Your overall thoughts. How'd it feel?
This felt great. Play-by-play, just being up here in the booth, this is what I love to do, being around baseball. So thank you.
Not a problem. Glad to have you up here.
It's been fun.
Hopefully the beginning of a nice career in sports broadcasting, in which I believe there should be a lot more women in.
Agreed.
I'm a girl dad. Even though I have a son, I am a girl dad. Yeah, I just believe it. Finley's still in there, by the way, for swinging a miss, nothing and one. So it was just one of those pinch hit and then replace the guy again, which you can do, I believe, at the high school level. You can re-enter. So give Finley the at-bat off. Here's the 0-1. That's low for a ball, count 1-0. Ian Malone, the batter. He struck out his first time up. Finley's got 8 of those punch-outs here in this game. 13-1 Roxbury, top of the 5th. 1-1 pitch. Outside corner for a strike, count 1-2. On deck now for Bayonne is Isaiah Phillips, who came into the game for Quincy Mitchell. Just missed, and the count now 2-2. Thirteen to 1 Roxbury here in the top of the 5th. Pitch, swing and a miss. And that was actually the number 33 of Andrew Johnston, my apologies. Johnston down on strikes.
The batter, number 5.
And there's one away.
Isaiah Phillips.
I'm going to say the walk-up music here has been fantastic. I'm really enjoying it.
Sean does an amazing job. Just no two ways about it. Slashed foul, it counts nothing in 1. So Isaiah Phillips will get a crack at what could be a future major leaguer here in Justin Findley, who, barring mishaps, will go to 3-0 on the season, the 0-1. Curveball doesn't really curve, and it counts 1-1. Randy Leonardo waits on deck. The 1-1 pitch to come in. Outside with a fastball. Count now 2-1. Or it might have been it wasn't. It could have been a change. Step the wind, and the 2-1 pitch coming from Finley. Swing and a miss and a fastball. And it counts 2-2. Obviously, with Finley, as he goes along, he'll need to work on his stamina, his strength, and everything. He is just a high school athlete after all. But whether he goes to Notre Dame or whether he gets to the pro levels, they'll work on that.
Right.
Oh, beautiful fastball, knee high at 87. 2 away.
Shortstop number 11, Randy Leonardo.
Third time this season that he has struck out at least 10 batters.
Impressive.
And Randy Leonardo will be the batter. First pitch missed, and the count 1-0.
Again, something I said before about Finlay is that when he just gets into the zone, he just keeps pitch after pitch. He just keeps throwing it. It's incredible.
It's the step, the 1-0 coming. Up high, 2-0. A guy that does that a little bit is, I don't know, Jacob deGrom.
Right. Who's definitely having himself a season.
Yeah, you think? I saw him at that what he had, that 2-hitter where he got 2 hits himself. Tipped into the glove, and it counts 2-1. I mean, that game was just disgusting. Not the last start, the one before it, where he threw a complete game 2-hitter, struck out like 16 or some ridiculous number. 2-1. Popped foul behind home plate. Last strike chance here for Bayonne.
And there's the roof.
Stayed up and over this time. Usually when the ball lands, it comes down almost straight, it'll hit that roof, and then fans will know, as like, wait, that might be coming back. You'll hear a commotion. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. 13-1 Roxbury. Pitch. Lifted in the air right side, but that'll make the seats, and we'll do it again. Our second game, Millburn will take on Del Barton. That will be scheduled for a 2 p.m. first pitch. I'm sorry, 3 p.m. first pitch. My apologies. High pop-up, left side of the infield. Going back on this one. Catch is made, and it's a 13-1 victory for Bayonne here in this one, I believe. Yep, looks like everybody's tipping the caps, and that'll do it. So, yeah, that's... Let me put them all together. So, before we wrap this one up, 13-1 final, what did you think about the game, Adrienne?
I thought this was just a great game of baseball. This was very action-packed. Obviously, the 5-run inning and then the 7-run inning for Roxbury really set things off. Jack Finlay was incredible today, completely on his game. I just think it was a great day for Roxbury.
13 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Roxbury. They left a total of 7 runners on base. No, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors for Bayonne. They left 2 runners on base. Justin Finley, the winner. He's 3-0, 5 innings pitched, 1 run, 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 10. Losing pitcher is Chris Valencia. He drops to 0-1 on the season. But our final score here in game number 1, it's of this doubleheader today. It was all Roxbury by a final score of 8-1. We got a couple of hours off here before Del Barton gets together with Millburn at a 3 p.m. first pitch. Want to thank Adriana Gallucci for joining me in the box here today on the broadcast. Great job, Adriana.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us, and good luck in all the future endeavors. Maybe we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
And for Brian Hoffman, the producer, doing things on the Vimeo video side, my name is Brett Luthner. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of high school baseball here on the Miners Broadcast Network. Our final score, 13-1, Roxbury defeating Bayonne. We'll see you in a couple of hours for Millburn and Del Barton. Yeah, live here from Skyland Stadium.